What's up guys, my name is Elden. Welcome back to another art video. In today's art video, I'm going to be showing you how to get reference poses in 3 different ways. These 3 ways will be easier if you have a phone or a secondary monitor or something that can record or take pictures with. So let's jump right into the video. First up, we are going to be using a application or website called Pinterest. Pinterest is a website that allows you to post photos of photography or even drawings or any type of photos that you really want, to be honest, onto that website. This is a art type gallery type of thing, so kind of like Instagram or other sources that you may use too, but today we're going to be focusing on Pinterest. If you are on Pinterest, you type into the search bar a pose or anything that you want to look up and find to use as reference material. Pinterest is really good because it allows you to use these collections type things. So once you find images that you like after scrolling through a couple of them, finding out which ones you want to use references for or get ideas from, you add them to your collection. And then that's it. You could pull up from any type of device that you have your account logged in from that collection to get a bigger picture of, or just to use as reference material. Sorry to interrupt your learning experience right now, but I have an announcement. My website's back up, so if you want to read my comic over there or just support me in some manner, you could go over there and donate, or even just read, like I said, my comic and check out my other work that I post there. I'll be posting wallpapers and stuff there too. So if you want to go check out that website, it will be posted over there. That's the link. Yeah, you can see that link. You see that nice little animation going on. All right, back to the program. The next way to get poses is actually going to be involving yourself, your friend, or someone else, or something that can help you record or take a picture of you or someone else doing an action. Doing this will enable you to actually get more of a real life type of scenario in which you can pick and choose from what exact poses or time frame that you want to actually obtain said images and use that as a reference. A really good way to do this if you are a solo individual, or even if you have someone helping you, would be to actually record a video. Recording a video at a high definition type of volume will allow you to scrub through the timeline and find the exact frame that you want for your reference. This will enable you to do like more of a in-moment type action type of thing that gives you more of a variation of you moving and other type of implications. These will allow you to get more of a pinpoint / accurate type of vision that you already had that you might not find from stills that people posted online. So as you scroll through your video and you find stills that you want to utilize, you can always just screenshot it, or you can use what I use is called Snip. Snip is a free download software that you can actually utilize to just take pictures of whatever you want, or snip it, essentially take a screenshot of whatever you want in a custom way. So just drag and then I utilize it, and there we go. I have that screen still, and then I can just save it to my reference photos. So I'm going to do this for a couple more throughout this video sequence just to show you guys that you can do this and you could get pretty good quality photos from it too. So my next and final one is actually something that I've been using quite frequently, more often than not. I do use all of these methods that I listed in this video, but this one I've been using a lot more recently, and the help of me getting certain poses that aren't able to be captured that well, or if I need 2 people doing something in said poses to actually draw them for my comic, which I will be doing in this video with these ones. So this one is actually called Magic Poser. Magic Poser is actually a phone application that they ported over to the web browser. On the phone, you're able to just touch and drag locations of where you want to pose the individual that you are trying to make a pose out of, and you could actually add multiple entities or people to that area just to make it so it's more of like an action-packed scene, or even if you want to have 2 people posing next to each other doing something different, so it's easy to draw out on that reference. Now, I do use the phone application, but recently, since I'm more at my computer, I've been using my web browser application, and it works just about the same. Once you get the poses that how you want them, you just use the snip tool that I said earlier, or use screen print on your keyboard, and you are able to actually save that image and then have it forever locked in that position, so you don't have to worry about actually definitely like refreshing the browser or something like that, because on the web browser, instead of like the phone, you're not able to save On the phone, you're able to save your creations, and then you can always go back to them and edit them later. So it's up to you how you want to actually utilize this program, but it is a very, very good program to use. I personally like it, like I said. All right, just like I said, promise is a promise. I will be doing these references that I showed you as I was making from the web version of the Magic Poser now for a comic page. I actually have been using this a lot more, and it's been very helpful for me to actually utilize it because it gives me that reference point that I really need. Because sometimes my imagination will make things improportionate to a certain extent, and I want it to be a little bit more proportionate. So to have that physical reference point or digital reference point that I can use for my comics is very, very helpful. So for this top panel right here, I will actually be utilizing the page, or the one that I edited, where Zeph is actually flipping off of Nakahira, and Nakahira is being pushed back. I added this page because I wanted to instill a little bit more action, so it's a little bit more fluidity between the paneling, so you don't have to assume as much from the previous page. It just gives you a lot more to work with imaginative wise. It gives you more of a concrete visual representation of what was actually going on in that scene. Actually, I should be doing this on a different layer than this one, so let me do that. So after I fixed the layer situation that I had, like I'm always preaching about using layers, I moved on and started sketching Nakahira in his entirety. So Nakahira had a little bit of conundrum when I was actually doing him, or not doing him, drawing him. Pause. I had to actually make it so it looked like he was floating off of the floor, but not too high and not too low. So it looks like he's being pushed back, but I didn't want to add speed lines. You will see that I did actually add speed lines for a bit, but I decided not to use them because I decided that it took away from the image a little bit too much than I originally wanted it to. So I decided to, in the final product, when you see later, not to add those speed lines. But I did have trouble while sketching out Zeph, because Zeph wasn't going to be in that exact position. I edited the position just to make it look a little bit more pizzazzy, in my opinion. And as you can see right here, actually, I did not draw this on camera, but I did decide to make a big Nakahira. The second one that I edited, as you can see, or as you saw earlier, the second one I made the pose of, I decided to make them fairly large because I didn't like how it my original idea was just actually have them within that second paneling and only contained in that second paneling. But I was like, I don't like this. It looks weird. The top paneling has way too much spacing between them. So I decided to make him larger so he fills in that white space, so to speak, between Zeph doing a flip off of Nakahira's arm. So it's just very, very nice, in my opinion, how this turned out. It filled in the space very nicely. I have a big piece of him with the facial expression that it's easier to read because he's larger, and he's being pushed, as you can see with the focus lines later on that are coming from him. He's being pushed back, and it gives it that more of a dynamic, action-packed type feeling, like I was saying in my other one, my other video on making the page pop a bit more and stuff like that. But I really, really, really like how this turned out. Now we moved on to one of my favorite parts, which is actually toning. To me, toning is one of my favorite parts because I get to add all the colors and stuff like that. More recently, the eye colors. That was one of my actual original plans, was always have those like eye colors and stuff like that pop out and everything be like an original tone. But I was like, hey, I don't really know. This is not really a manga-esque enough. And I was like, like after a while, I was like, it doesn't matter. This is my comic. I want to present it how I want to present it. So I presented it how I wanted to present it, and I added the eye colors. But I digress. The tones, that means to me that the page is coming to the final point. Once I add the tones and then everything is all toned up and added and stuff like that, it's like such a good feeling because it's like, hey, I'm done with this page and I can move on to the next one. And that means I'm closer to finishing that chapter and being able to release that chapter and read that chapter myself in its entirety. So
it just gives me that nice all around feeling like, oh, this is almost done. The other feeling I get is when I'm typesetting. Once I typeset everything, that means that chapter is completely done and it's going out and everyone could read it. And it's just a really good feeling, in my opinion. I just really like going back and reading my own comics and stuff, because if you don't enjoy your own comic, then what's the point of you making that comic? To be completely honest. But yeah, I really like how this page turned out. It wasn't what I originally planned, but I tweaked it, added more pages, and this is one of the pages that I added just so it make everything more cohesive. So I really, really like how this page turned out.
And that's the end of the video. I will be throwing up the final image right now. I do, again, like how this really turned out. I just like it. It just looks pretty good, if I have to say so myself. Even if I have to say so myself. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. I am sorry for this video being a little bit late. I've been having technical issues with the editing software. I had updated my GPU and that kind of bugged out just only my editing software. And then I had to do some other things. I was trying to update other things, see if that would work, but then I wound up having to reinstall my GPU software. So it's just like, it was just a hassle. So sorry for this video being a little bit later, but it is what it is. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out my social media. You'll be seeing a little animation play right here, and you can actually go check out that video by clicking on the top right corner of the screen or going into the description. It's a nice video on how I created said animation. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitch. Sometimes I go live there. I don't really have a schedule. I'll be making a schedule in the near future on when I'm going to be streaming. It'll be art, it'll be COD, it'll be KOH, which is my gaming channel. Go check that out too. And it will be some other things alongside that. Whatever I want to stream, I will be streaming over there. So go give me a follow over there too. Alright, thanks for watching. Peace.
Woohoo! Bye-bye.